how's it going? Hey, it's OG Scotty B. That's the Canadian national anthem right there. I'm telling you. Anyways, yeah, I kind of fucked up the other day. I let something slip, and to a guy that I really respect, and yeah, I just did a fucking stupid thing. I'm like, I know better than that. Like, really, fucking it just. Anyways, so it almost made me want to quit YouTube, man. Like, seriously, like, he fucking gave me shit, and I'm like, fuck. And I just felt really bad. But then he also said, there's value in my content. And, not a lot of people are going downtown, showing the downtown east side and stuff like that. And I kind of thought, and I sort of thought, fucking right on, thanks, man. You're right. So I think I'm going to do a little bit more of that. I'm actually going to sort of reach out to some of my buddies that I hung out with and, fucking shot dope with, or, did all my bullshit with, and maybe do some interviews, because there's some people still down there. They're still fucking doing it, right? And, I mean, there's still people we love down there, but I don't really associate with them that much. I don't, I'm past that lifestyle. So, also, I got a couple, some comments that are asking me to do a little bit more of my jail experience. Like, because I was thinking of doing a prison channel, but all these fucking prison channels, man, like, there's like a fucking million of them right now, right? And, they all, like, dude, I'm not taking my shirt off. I fucking drink beer, and my wife's a great cook, so I'm fat as fuck. So they all take their shirts off, and they got their fucking teddies up there, and the chicken to the fucking bone. You know what I mean? I'm not about that. So, but let me speak a bit. So, I like watching some of them. Wes Watson makes you want to go fucking do burpees first thing in the morning. There's another guy. What the fuck is his name? Oh, shit. Yeah, fuck, I can't remember, really. And fucking, I was gonna say, that guy, man, he's a big guy. What the fuck is this? Anyways, he's pretty fucking, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, there's these prison channels. One thing I want to say about them, okay, like, I want to shout out Matt Clark. I like where he's going, because he's taking this positive fucking recovery thing, which is, a lot of the other ones are kind of glorifying the gang life mentality, yeah, and the language and the whole thing, right? And that's all right, and that's what's getting them views, right? And that's what's popping. But you gotta think, you gotta wonder, man, like, these fucking private prisons, they're fucking, they want to be filled, right? And, like, straight up, when I watch some of these fucking videos, man, I like, fuck yeah. I remember I had a lot of fun back in jail, because I did, actually. There was a couple of times I did, makes you miss it almost, for fuck's sakes. By the way they talk about it, in a way. But don't get me wrong, you don't miss jail. I don't miss jail. I don't ever want to go back. And, yeah, so I'll tell you a little story about one thing about the gang mentality, which made me just absolutely lose respect for all gangs, okay? I'm in BC, so you know fucking what I'm talking about, man. There's a big gang here, the bikers, and, there was a big case a couple years ago when I was in jail, and these two big top-level guys got busted, and so when they were in North Fraser, everything was Gucci, man. It was all good. The tier, it was run, there was all kinds of dope on their tier. They had a fucking guard in the pocket, this and that, of course, right? There's two fulls there, and a couple hangarounds, and a couple prospects, all in the same tier, I think. So then they went to trial, and, in their own fucking manifesto, it says no drug rip-offs type thing. It makes the brand look bad. So when these guys went to court, the fucking, one of them fucked the other guy. So they go to court, and so they're in North Fraser, and then they got sentenced, and however the sentence worked, it was whatever, both ended up in Fraser. So they're both on different tiers, and it turns out I worked with one of them, and I was on the tier with the other one. It's just whatever. So I kind of got to hear the fucking back and forth of each little clique, you know, because they had their little minions fucking running around doing their dirty work and whatever, and they're just, you know, whatever. One guy had all his fucking insignias all up there, and it even got me to fucking, even because I did one of my little hustles in art or in jail that I did, because you know, a lot of times I'd come in pretty dope sick, and so by the time I was able to get better, I'm a pretty good artist, so I would draw, and then if I didn't know people on the tier or whatever, I was kind of usually looking pretty rough when I first walked in. They would see that I knew how to do art, and that would, you know, break the ice sort of thing, and then blah, 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 and eventually I would, you know, I did envelopes and did all kinds of pictures for people, and I did a couple insignias for one or two of these guys and that, and, but yeah, so they're fucking doing all their shit and whatever, and it's, so, but what happened, and what's the kicker to me, and what made me think, like, gangs are just, like, really a bunch of hypocrisy, is I get called to medical, and so does the guy on my tier. And so these two guys had a no contact, so they're not supposed to fucking be even in the same fucking hallway at the same time. I mean, they know where you are. They should, anyways. So I should know the movements of the fucking prisoners, right? But so we go into the medical room, and it's a room, and then it's like a room with another box, or whatever, and there's usually only like a guard there. And when I walked in, you can see through like smoke glass. There was like 3 or 4 fucking guards there, and they're big boys. And we turned the corner, and who's sitting there? The other guy. The other guy. So whoever ripped off who, both these guys that are in the same fucking club that aren't supposed to rip each other off. These guys are full fucking members. Big thing all over the papers. Everyone fucking knows about it. They get put together. What did they do? They did nothing. They started yelling at each other. Everyone, like, I even thought the guards were setting them up, because there was 3 guards in the fucking behind the glass. Like, there's never 3 fucking guards in that side. They were big, so, you know, like, and these guys had no contact. There's no way they should have been fucking together. So, and they did nothing. They didn't fight. They didn't nothing. And I just kind of went, what? I went and I walked into the other tank, which is like, you know, I walked into the other tank and just sat there fucking going, what the fuck? And then I went in and did my medical thing and whatever, and by the time, you know, we're on our way back, and then the guy that was in my fucking tier was like, hey, you know, don't say anything, and, you know, man, I just got a couple months left on, you know, whatever. So I don't play politics, really. And, yeah. So, you know, that was kind of fucked, you know, really. So I just, yeah, that really opened my eyes to about, because I'd seen other stuff, too, on the street, how gangs treat, like, the underlings and so forth, and just really how they feel about people that are making the money and so forth. And it just, you know, it just made me fucking shake my head at them. You know, really, I think there's, honestly, you know, whatever, anyways. So the next thing, this is the tuna review as well, and this tuna is fucking killer. As you can see, I'm rambling on. I'm baked as fuck. I gotta go back to work at I appreciate some of the comments, man. There's been like most of my comments have been pretty cool. Uh, like guys asked me to tell my story and stuff, and like I said, my buddy said there was value in my content, and I didn't really think about that. You know, I just and I'd like to thank him for that, and just yeah, I've been kind of slacking, so hopefully I'm gonna go have an interview with one of my buddies. A couple of people from downtown and actually get some cool footage and just sort of not just kind of walk through, just kind of actually I'll talk to some people maybe and see get some real shit because you know this has been going on for years down there, and you know I'm pretty lucky to have gotten out of it. I still had some help from people that love me type of thing, but you know I did a lot myself, but you know these you know, it takes a fucking village, right? Anyways, thanks, guys, and peace. Take care.